Without this book, no. That's because this is where knowledge is at, right? It's simple, simple. A simple reconciliation between us and the knowledge of the Most High is just wiping the dust off this book and cracking it open and reading it. Isn't that crazy? Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So as long as we reject knowledge, the Most High is gonna keep rejecting us. The more you walk past them crazy niggas on the corner with them things dangling from their shirts, reading the Bible all loud and stuff, scaring you up out of a nice Saturday evening, as long as you continue to walk past them like you ain't got the time of day for the word of God, the Most High is gonna keep rejecting you. And you're gonna keep praying when your homeboys get gunned down on the street corners, when your woman is mistreated in the goddamn hospital, when she's trying to give labor to your seed, and they treat her like she ain't shit on that hospital bed. We're gonna keep praying and crying out, and we're gonna keep getting treated like that because the Most High God has rejected us. Due to our negligence, our lack of care when it comes to the responsibilities that were put upon us when we entered into the covenant with the Most High God. Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
And because we're rejected, we are no priests of the Most High God. We may be in them churches, we may be in them pulpits, but we are not priests of the Most High. We are priests of Satan. Because we are without the knowledge, we're teaching adverse to what the Most High God has laid out for us in terms of doctrine. Is it starting to make sense? Let's get 1 Corinthians 11:7, brother. Actually, my bad. I shouldn't have had you drop that. So like, are you able to get back to Hosea 4:6? I want you to just end at 7. Let me know when you're done.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God,
seeing as how you forgot the law of God, since you forgot the law of God, with that in mind,
I will also forget thy children.
I shall also forget your children. And they're gonna wander around Neverland like lost boys, never wanting to grow up the same way your ass did.
Right.
Right? They're gonna stay in the streets. They never gonna grow up. They never gonna learn how to lead a household responsibly, like how we were designed to do. That's the example that we see when we look all around us. Man boys.
Man boys, right.
Man children. Fully grown genitalia, but the minds of 12-year-olds and below.
Baby boys.
Jodies. Who said baby boy? Say that again.
Baby boy.
Jody. Little Aunt Jody.
Little Jody. Bring it up.
You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing but that permeating through our neighborhoods and our community, our habitats, I should say, because that's what the Most High has allowed us to become due to our negligence.
That's right.
The problem starts with us and it ends with us. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me.
As we increased, we sinned against the Most High God back in the day. Right? Go ahead.
Therefore, will I change their glory into shame.
Therefore will I turn their glory into shame. What's supposed to be glorious to us? The law, statutes, and doing things the plantation owner used to do. Hey, you two, I've seen you walk by a few times. You mind if I ask you a question real quick? Yes. How do you feel like about the social conditions in America? Like, mainly what's going on with the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans, how they're treated.
It's all rocky.
It's all rocky? That's a good answer. How about you?
Up and down.
Up and down, so there's been some good?
Yeah, there's some good, but also some bad.
Like, what's some of the goods, in your opinion? I'm just curious.
Like, personal experience, I'm friends with everyone. Like, I've never personally felt like segregated in any way.
You've never felt segregated in any kind of way? Is that necessarily good?
For me, yeah.
So segregation, right? We can look at segregation in different ways. Being left out of good opportunities, I understand that could be a problem.
Yeah.
But when we were segregated from the white man, like, you ever heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
So were we doing good then? We weren't doing good in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Do you know Tulsa, Oklahoma was doing better financially than any white establishment? Yeah. So the first time that the white man dropped bombs on his own soil, meaning the Americas, was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They called it Black Wall Street because we had it booming, right? So what they did was they had plane flyover drop bombs. They had people driving through, shooting us up, killing innocent men, women, and children. Like, you know, the same old story, cowboys and Indians, right? Right, that was segregation. How come we don't strive for more things like that? In your opinion?
Can't give you the answer now.
Yeah, we've been talked out of it. We've been talked out of it. We've been duped out of it. Let me talk to you about this. You ever heard of the dog baby test?
No, I haven't.
Now, don't quote me on this. You know what I'm saying? Don't quote me on this part. This took place in maybe the 60s. That's the part I don't want you to quote me on. But there was a dog baby test where they would take these black dogs and white dogs to children in the South and children in the North. They would ask the children in the South, in the North, what doll was beautiful, what doll was ugly, what doll was bad, what doll was good. In the North, it was always the white baby that was good, beautiful, pretty, smart, trustworthy. In the South, it was in the reverse, in all aspects. So the black baby was beautiful, they're smart, good, trustworthy. Now, when you mesh these two ideas together, what's your opinion? Like, what's the beautiful baby look like? Is it the white one, or is it the black one? It's both. Do you believe in God? You know, God says white is ugly? Yeah. You never heard that before? I want you to give me the blonde hair in the law. Yeah, bring that out for me real quick. So in the laws of God, right, we had a temple, right? And we go to the temple, make sacrifices. And there was people where if they had a characteristic pass over them due to an illness, right? Mind you, they associate being white with illness. If they had blonde hair and white skin, they'd be looked at as unclean, right? That's something we've never looked at as a good thing. In fact, if people had blonde hair, they had blue eyes, they had white skin in the ancient days, they would think they were like half dead or something, like there was some kind of deficiency going on. And even biology will tell you that being white is a mutation, a genetic mutation. Are you at least familiar with that? So in first year biology, you learn that it's a genetic mutation, and it's not good, it's degenerate. All right? This is why they're dying in our land right now, Jerusalem. Are you black on your father's side? Okay, all praises. So you go back to these 12 tribes as well. You belong over there in Israel. The white people that inhabit it now, they can't live and function properly there. Why? Because they're deficient of the makeup necessary in order to do so. The thing that brings everything else life hates them. Right? This is something that we gotta really make sense out of it. Because if you wanna raise up a kid that's healthy enough to walk in the sun, who you gonna pick? You gonna pick a white girl or a black girl? Either or. So you don't care about the deficiencies that harm people that wanna see sunlight. You don't care about raising up a part vampire or none of that shit.
It's all the same to me.
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
But we gotta get going to what they
Let me show you this in the Bible real quick, brother, because this is for you. I'm not just trying to pick at you. I'm trying to provoke you because I want you to look at these things on your own when you get a chance.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 13, verse 30. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
So we would look at blonde hair and then we'd be like, okay, this is called concern. And they would further examine this blonde hair, see how deep it is into the scalp. Is it an anomaly? Is it something that's growing in a certain pattern? And then they would deem you either clean or unclean. So I just wanted to show you that's something to look at, because we would look at those degenerate traits and we would say, damn, like, you know, we're gonna have to do something about this so it doesn't spread amongst our people. Right? There's nothing wrong with discriminating when you want to cross the street safely, right? So why is it a problem for us to discriminate, say, for example, not joining hand in hand with the children of the people that brought us here into slavery, say, for example? Let me ask you this one more thing. What do you think we should get in exchange for the injustices done to us and our people? You can't give me a good answer? So let's just pick murder, for example. What happens to murderers? They go to jail. Do they die in jail?
Not always.
They don't always? But they should though, right? According to the justice system, they should pay back exactly what they took unjustly, right?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? So why shouldn't they pay the same thing? Accessory to murder? Somebody helps people carry out murder. Let's deal with theft, because theft, we could deal with that a little bit more practically, right? Say, for example, somebody steals your jacket. Say he steals your jacket. Let's do this. Is more fun that way. He steals your jacket, right? And he gives it to somebody down the street. They played a little handoff game, right? Shouldn't the person that took the jacket give you your jacket back if they found out it belongs to you? So this is the problem. White people could play the game and take your jacket, right? It was given to me. How come he's not held just as accountable as the person who you said should be giving you your jacket back if they stole your jacket? They stole you. Took free labor from you. They made trillions of dollars off of things that your ancestors did, and they're never gonna give it back.
Right.
Let me ask you some of the same questions. What do you think should happen for what happened to you, where I live? Right? These things come to mind before the well-being of the people you stole from, because you don't care. right? What I'm telling you, brother, is one day you're gonna find out that all these people that get along with you, you only get along with them because you don't want your shit back. You should want more than equality, my brother. You are supposed to be a king, you're supposed to be a prince and a priest out here. You're not supposed to be subservient to the white man. You're not supposed to be equal to the white man.
That's right.
You're supposed to be ruling this world in righteousness. That don't mean you gotta slap him around or nothing like that. But you certainly shouldn't be looking to be equal with this man. You should want back everything that was taken from you. Your culture, which we're trying to give you. Your language, which we're trying to give to you. This Bible, that's not theirs, that's ours. That comes from our ancient manuscripts. But do you want that back? Do you want to know? You want to know why I stopped you and decided to talk to you instead of him? You it seemed like you just uncomfortable and want to get him away from us, right? I'm telling you something, there's a problem with that, right? I want you to really think about these things. Ask yourself some of these questions that I've just talked to you about, and then come back. We're here every Saturday, and we're out here for you and brothers like you. Brothers that need to know that they're actually the kings and the princes and the chosen people that the Bible speaks of. This is not your best friend. He's not even a good friend, because he just admitted to you that he's the type of person that knows that this land should be given back to the indigenous people, but he will not even lead the charge in giving it back to them. They're not good enough for him to leave and be uncomfortable so that he's not in possession of stolen goods. The whole reason you have to be equal with the white man is because he was able to steal this land from your forefathers, bro.